Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the idea of investments, unsure of where to start or how to make your money grow? If so, you're not alone. Many women feel disconnected from their financial potential, seeing investments as a complex world far removed from their reach. But what if, excuse me, if you could turn that uncertainty into empowerment, transforming your approach to money and investments? This journey is not just about the numbers. It's about cultivating a flourishing financial garden where every seed you plant has the potential to grow into a robust tree, offering shade and sustenance for years to come. Today, we'll discuss how to transform your approach to money and nurturing your financial well being. Hello, and welcome to Rise to Your Money Power, where we have honest conversations to empower you around your relationship with money. I'm Pamela Plick, and I'm on a mission to empower women to confidently build wealth from the inside out. I help purpose driven women overcome feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck related to their personal relationship with money so that they can feel financially confident, achieve peace of mind, financial freedom, and impact. And I do this through my signature programs and services, as well as events and community. In a world where financial advice often seems complex, it's easy to feel lost or intimidated at the thought of investing. But what if I told you at its core, investing is like planting a garden? Each choice, from the seeds you select to to select the seeds you select to the care for which you tend them, has the power to shape your financial future. Today, I want to demystify the basics of investing, presenting it not as a daunting challenge, but as a rewarding journey of growth and discovery. Now, the first step to nurturing your investments and financial well being is to understand the soil. In other words, the importance of a solid financial foundation. Before planting the seeds, it's crucial to understand the soil that you're working with. In financial terms, this means having a clear picture of your current financial situation, including your debts, income, and savings. Just as you would test your soil's pH before planting, you also want to assess your financial health because this can guide you in your financial decisions. So, understanding where you are financially involves a couple of things. First of all, looking at what is your current cash flow, right? What's coming in, what's going out. And hopefully, and you can easily do this on a sheet of paper. Just write in all your sources of income, write your expenses, and subtract those from the income. Now, hopefully you have a positive cash flow because if your income exceeds your expenses, then that means you have a positive cash flow. And from that cash flow statement, then you're creating a spending plan. And the first step in the spending plan is to create a budget. And the budget would include not only your income and expenses, but also you want to build in a build in a certain amount that you're contributing towards savings. and an amount that you're contributing towards investing. And if you do have debt, you want to also make sure that you're creating a debt repayment plan as well. So that's your budget. And then on an annual basis, you want to revisit this to make sure that you're still on track. And there's also another statement that you want to complete, which is your balance sheet. And do that on an annual basis. Your balance sheet consists of your assets minus your liabilities. And then that also will tell you, in terms of where you're going, if your net worth is growing over time, which is what we want to happen, or if you do need to make a course correction. So, first step, making sure that you understand where you are financially so that you can start, if you need to shore up that foundation, that financial foundation, that you're able to do that before you start the investment process. So, an action step that you can take in this area is to conduct your financial health checkup. So create the documents that I mentioned. If you want to do it online, make it easier, you can do that as well. But conduct the financial checkup and list all of your debts, your income, and savings to get a clear picture of where you are now. Now, the second step to nurturing your investments and financial well-being is to choose your seeds. In other words, choose different types of investments. Not all seeds are suitable for every garden. And this is interesting. I remember when I first purchased my home, I was really excited to create a garden. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do that research that I should have done. Just because the plants were sold at my local nursery, I thought they would thrive in the environment that I was in. But unfortunately, I went through a lot of plants before I learned about which type of plants would grow, not only grow in the winter during the cold, but also withstand the heat from where I live. So it's same thing with your investments. Investments come in various forms. In general, there's stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and each of them has their own risk and growth potential. Now, the only asset class out of the three are stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or in other words, stocks, bonds, cash. Um, the only asset class out of the three would also that will grow above inflation is stocks. And again, that's as an asset class, not talking about, investing in individual stocks. You have that option, but also you can invest in a mutual fund, which has the same type of investment strategy, but instead of putting all the money in one stock, one company, it's spread out. It's more diversified. So, but you always want to have at all three, stocks, bonds, and cash. But the stocks are what's going to grow over time. And it's important, to understand the risk that's associated with each of those types of investments. For example, with stocks, granted they have the ability to grow over time, but with that comes some additional risk. There's the risk, what we call the risk reward trade-off. So keeping that in mind. Now, with bonds, they typically don't grow over time in value, but having them in your portfolio kind of helps to buffer the portfolio so that you don't have those big dips if all you had were stocks. So keeping that in mind. And so understanding the characteristic of each of the different types of investments can help you to make informed decisions that align with your financial goals. And one action step that you can take in this area is to research one type of investment this week and understanding the risk, the benefits, and how that investment fits into your overall financial strategy. So you can pull out your most recent investment statement if you currently have investments, or if it's just an investment that you're interested in. So researching it and understanding what the risk versus the benefits, and also where it fits in your portfolio. And there's a wonderful website, that I like. It's called Investopedia.com. And the website is dedicated to helping consumers understand the different types of investments. So for example, if you're wanting to understand how bonds work, you can type in bonds, and article will come up that will explain what bonds are, how they work, what the risks, what the associated risk might be. Same with any other type of investment. Now, the key is when you're researching investments, you want to go to a reputable site that specializes in providing education, not a site that's going to try to sell you something. So, researching the different types of investments. Now, the third step to nurturing your investments and well-being is to water and care for your investment. So in other words, make regular investment contributions. Just as, in our garden, our plants need water to grow, your investments require consistent contributions. So setting up automatic transfers to your investment accounts can help your financial garden, flourish over time, benefiting from the power of compounding. So that's a great way. We talked about, creating your budget, understanding where you are financially. So if you've dedicated or carved out so much of your budget to go towards investments, making automatic contributions each month will ensure that you are being consistent, but also that you're taking advantage of the power of compounding. And compounding means when you are earning money, you're making a contribution, and then you make another contribution, you're earning money on top of that contribution. And so making sure that you are benefiting from that. And it also helps you with what's called dollar cost averaging. And that's a good term to look up too, on Investopedia. But dollar cost averaging means that you are making the same amount, you're contributing the same amount on a regular basis. So let's say you're contributing $100 a month to an investment. When the market is up, you're going to be buying less shares. But when the market goes down, you're still contributing that same $100 and you're buying more shares, so that when that investment goes up again, it positions you that much better. So making sure that you're setting up automatic so that you know that it's already set and you're on the road to the financial freedom that you desire. So one action step that you can take in this area to water and care your investments is to set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just a small amount, to your investment account each month. And then you can increase that contribution over time. Now, the fourth step to nurturing your investments and financial well being is to prune and weed. So, in other words, portfolio rebalancing. So over time, some investments may grow faster than others, causing your portfolio to drift from the original strategy that you set up. I talked about, invest or stocks typically, outpace other investments. So, when the market is going up, you might see that the percentage that you had allocated has dramatically gone up. So that means you want to take off some of the profits in the investments that have done really well and rebalance it into the other investments to put it back in alignment with your original percentages that you allocated in your portfolio. And so regular rebalancing is a lot like pruning our garden. It ensures that the investment mix that you set stays aligned with your goals, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon. So it's really important, to at least rebalance once a year. So at least once a year, you want to make sure that your portfolio, take a look at it, see what the original percentages that you or target percentages that you wanted in your portfolio, and if it's changed, then go ahead and rebalance. So keeping that in mind. And I want to point out as well that, you want in making sure that your portfolio is aligned with your goals. Our goals change over time. The younger we are, the more aggressive typically that we can be because we have a longer time horizon. If the investments start, take a dip, we have a longer time horizon to make that back up. But as you get closer to, the goal that you have for the investments, whether it's retirement or whatever it might be, you want to look at maybe making the portfolio more conservative. But again, that's based on your goals. And it's also based on your risk tolerance. How much risk are you willing to take? I mentioned there is a risk reward trade-off, right? The more risk the investment, the more potential for growth. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to sleep at night. So being realistic with yourself in terms of what your risk tolerance is, how much risk you're willing to take, is very important. And then lastly is your time horizon. How much time until you're going to need that money? Now, typically, in terms of investing, you want to have at least a time horizon of 7 to 10 years because before you're going to need the money. And it shouldn't be money that's earmarked for anything in particular, like you're going to buy a new car or maybe purchase a second home. You don't want to have money that or your emergency fund. You don't want to have money tied up in investments where when you might need the money at a certain point, and then it might not be a good time to pull the money out. So keeping those things in mind. Now, one action step that you can take in this area is to schedule an annual portfolio review to rebalance your investments. Now, if you're working with a financial planner or an advisor, then that's it's a good time to schedule that, schedule the meeting with them. If you're self-directed, you want to make sure that you put it on your calendar for at least once a year to rebalance your portfolio. Pull out your statements, look at what has done well, which investments have done well, and look at how can you, or which maybe are not doing so well, and look at how can you rebalance the portfolio to make sure that it's still in alignment with what your goals are. Now, the fifth step to nurturing your investments and financial well-being is to harvest your crop. In other words, understand your investment returns and, again, the risk. So eventually your garden will bear fruit just like your portfolio, symbolizing your returns on your investments. Now, however, it's important to understand the risk involved and have a realistic expectation about growth and returns, acknowledging that not every year will yield a bountiful harvest. So in other words, the market may go up and market may go down, but as long as you have quality investments, you're well diversified, meaning you're spreading your assets among various asset classes, and then you have a long-term perspective, then you don't need to worry about the day-to-day noise. But it's key to understand what risks are involved and to manage your expectations in terms of realistic investments, because the key again is quality investments. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is, and you don't need to take unnecessary risk related to your investments. Now, one action step that you can take in this area is to review your investment returns annually with your trusted advisor, or if you're doing it on your own, review your investment returns and adjust your expectations and strategies as necessary. So, in conclusion, nurturing your investments is like tending a garden. It requires patience, knowledge, and regular care. By embracing these principles, you can grow a financial garden that sustains and enriches your life for years to come. Now, remember, the seeds you plant today are the foundation of your financial well-being. Let's recap what we covered today. We talked about the 5 steps to nurturing your investments and well-being. Step 1, understand the soil, the importance of a solid financial foundation. 2, choose your seeds, understanding the different types of investments. 3, water and care, making regular investment contributions. Number 4, to prune and weed, the importance of portfolio rebalancing. And lastly, harvest your crop, understanding returns and risk. Now, what I'd love to have you do at this point, pull out your journal, take some time to reflect on your current relationship with money and how you're currently managing your investments for well-being, and ask yourself these 3 questions to give you clarity and to motivate yourself into action. Question 1, ask, what fears or hesitations have held me back from investing in my financial future? Number 2, ask, how can understanding my financial foundation better guide my investment choices? And lastly, ask, what steps can I take today to make regular contributions towards my investments? Now, if you're ready to take the first step towards financial empowerment, and success. I'd love for you to join me for a powerful money power breakthrough call to unlock the key to transforming your relationship with money. Together, we'll look at what may be holding you back from aligning your vision with your goals and identify the next inspired step to pave the way for ultimate financial freedom. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to create a brighter future, not only for yourself, but also for your business. And if you'd like to learn more and apply, just go to pamelaplick.com/thank you. That's pamelaplick.com/thank you to access the link to schedule the call. Then once you've scheduled your call, take some time to take a look at the other free tools and resources that I have available to you to help you to start unlocking your financial freedom and setting yourself up for long-term success. Now, in closing, I'd like to leave you with this final thought. Your financial journey is unique, like a garden. Nurture it with knowledge, care, and consistency. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today. And until next time, remember you can rise to your money power.